指揮官、本日はどのような偉大な聖戦を始める？
Hello, I am Cronus Adair, and this is Azur Lane, Tempesta and the Sleeping Sea event. So the Tempesta girls are back, and they're going to give us a little bit of a spooky time, I think. Let's get that out. There we go. So, well, let's get right into it. Start doing the polls. So I think Amity is the 5% girl. Let's check. Yeah, Amity is the 5% girl. And the old Tempesta girls are also 5%. So we're looking for Genju Sawa and Fancy. If we get Amity, that'd be a bonus. And we're in Portsmouth Adventure. Alright, let's go. Alright, we have Norfolk, Langley, Norfolk, another Norfolk, Northampton, I-26, Long Island, Northampton. Wow, we like ships with the name North in them in this tentpole.
私はガンズレイ。会えて嬉しいわ。ここがあなたの母校？思ってたよりも大きくて壮観。適当に散策してもいい？一緒に来てくれたらもっと嬉しいわよ。
Oh, she's energetic. Genjisawa, I guess the name is spoken a lot quicker. What does she do? Winds of Purification Restoration. Increases the ship's firepower and accuracy by 10% when the ship fires her main guns, fires barrage, and recovers HP. When the battle starts, if there are 2 or more Tempesta ships afloat in this fleet, this HP recovery effect will also apply to your Vanguard with the lowest HP percentage. So she's a healer. Let's see. Alright. What's the second skill? Guardian of Treasures. Every 15 seconds after the battle starts, grants the treasure ship's safeguard buff to a random ship in your fleet. Increases that ship's damage dealt by 10%. Decreases Genjisawa's damage taken by 20%. If Genjisawa lost less than 50% of her max HP as a result of damage taken while the buff is active, increases the buff recipient's damage dealt by 2% until the battle ends. If Genjisawa's total damage taken exceeds 15%, buff recipient loses 1% of their max HP instead. This buff cannot be applied to ships who have lost HP as a result of the skill's effect. Once per battle, if there's no eligible targets for this buff, increases Genjisawa's damage dealt by 10% until the battle ends. Neat. Alright, Washington Degenerates, what say you? That's cool. She looks too scary by default. Okay. So, hey, we got a lot of Norfolk and Northamptons, but we also got one of the target girls on the first 10 pull. Not bad. So, 1 down, at least 2 to go. Let's go again. Shropshire, Portland, Zippy, Norfolk, Portland, Chicago, Wadia, Head Pats, Norfolk,
あはあ、あんたが噂の指揮官ね。 なかなかやり手じゃない。で、次はどこ行く？あんたはもちろんこの世のすべてのお宝を手に入れる覚悟よ。にゃっはははは。
Portsmouth Adventure. She's also very energetic and extremely thick. Alright, what do you do? Storm Chaser. It increases the ship's reloading accuracy by 15% every 5 seconds or when your vanguard sinks an enemy. Increases the ship's firepower by 3% until the battle ends. Every 7 times this effect activates, this FP buff is removed and the ship fires a special barrage. Okay, so self buff. Spiritual healing. When the battle starts, decreases the ship's damage taken by 15% every 3 seconds. If a ship in your service fleet has less than 50% of her max HP remaining, grants the plastered status to the lowest to the ship in your fleet with the lowest HP current percentage and restores 4% of that ship's max HP. The plastered status lasts 15 seconds and increases target's FP by 10%, but decreases your accuracy by 15%. Grants the plastered status. Okay. Okay, so she's another healer. Although, she might be a Vanguard healer. It's tough to say. Alright, Washington Degenerates. What say you? Okay. Des went overboard. Yeah, okay. Terrible. Hi, Long Island. Okay, 2 10 pulls, 2 new girls. So we've got Ganjasawa and Portsmouth Adventure. Now we just need Fancy and maybe Amity. Wichita. Northampton. Hey, it's Golden Hind. I already have you, Golden Hind.
私はロンドン級の末。
Shropshire.
ロンドン
Another
級の末。
Shropshire.
あんたが指揮官
Chicago.
君？あら、指揮官。私はガンズレー。会えて嬉しいわ。
I already have
ここ
you.
があなた。はい、指揮官。
Indianapolis.
はじめまして、
Portland.
指揮。ヘイ、指揮官。
Okay, so hey, at least we're getting a new girl every 10 pull. How much deck? I'm out of deck space, so let us. Alright. And unfortunately I started this stream with a little fewer coin reserve than I usually do. I spent a fair chunk of coins in equipping the Tempesta girls to sortie for this event, because might as well. Okay, so let's keep rolling.
Hey, 指揮官。おはよう。
There we go.
私はファンシー。あなたたちのしきたりに従うなら、あなたを指揮官と呼ぶべき。うん。指揮官。深淵にうごめくものとも呼ばれる私を恐れていないみたいで、本当によかった。あなたがどんな人間か見極めさせて。
Very ASMR voice. Abyssal Baptism. Increases the ship's firepower and accuracy by 15%. Increases the ship's damage dealt by 50%. Enemies whose HP is below 25%. Every 24 times the weapon in the ship's first weapon slot hits the same enemy, fires a special barrage. Interesting. Phantom of the Deep. When the battle starts, deploys a tentacle barrier. Uh-oh. That can negate damage equal to 3% of the ship's max HP. When this barrier is destroyed, fires a barrage. It increases the ship's evasion rate. Ooh. Okay, she's probably a mainliner. Evasion rate buffs are powerful. By 10% for 20 seconds. When this evasion rate buff expires, redeploys the barrier. This is how barrier skills should be. This is strong. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Whatever, Washington.
あんたが指揮官くん Hey 指揮官
Kent. Northampton.
ユニオンの最初の
Ranger.
この
Hi,
ホテル
Taiho. We got
はじめ
fire
まして
chicken.
指揮
Another one, yeah.
ロンドン級の末
Shropshire. Alright. I'll go ahead and do one more 10 pull, see if we can't pull Amity. But beyond that, I'm not going to throw cubes away chasing the 5% girl when I can get her as a drop.
やー指揮官
Hi, Sarah.
こんにちは君はこの艦隊
Pensacola.
の
Northampton.
君はこの
Pensacola.
艦隊の
Especially when I'm
指
so
揮官
low on coins right now. Norfolk.
はよ
Suffolk.
はじめましてロンドン級の
Shropshire. Northampton.
栄光のカード
Hermes. Yeah, nope. Big ol' F on that 10 pull. Alright, let's clear out our dock. Alright, let's get into the event itself. Well, there's a minigame. What's the minigame? Onward, Manju Pirates. Play the minigame to get limited gear. Rum keg. Okay. What do we do? What is going on? Okay. I think I'm getting the hang of this. Ah, it's a tentacle monster. Oof. That knocked me down. Oh, I got a shield. Interesting. Ah. Oh, I've got to take a hit no matter what. Ow. Ooh, that's not good. And I'm down. Okay, well, that was cool. I think we'll stop there, though. Let's put the new girls in the dorm. And who shall we graduate from the dorm?
お疲れのご様子ですね。甘えたいですか？よければ宝生の胸の中で何も考えず。指揮官、今日はいい
Let's
出
just
航日
boost the
和ね。
last
まず
three
は
that
こ
are
のコ
close
ー
to
ルで
105 to 105 and replace them with the new girls.
ベネトさんのように一人前になるには果たしてどれほどの時間がかかろうか。
Alright, so three knocked out. Portsmouth Adventure, Fancy, and Ganjisawa. What are you doing, Fancy? Okay. Okay. Let's get into the event proper. T1, the Treasure Hunters. In the middle of a storm, Tempesta encounters a team of treasure hunters. What are they after and why did they attack? That works. Actually, perfect. Probably won't even use them, but whatevs.
"あなたたちもコレクションに入れてあげる。我が命に従い。無敵艦隊、我が命に従い。
ユニオンの最初の
私の宝に手を出す気なんてこの身の程知れ。
Oh, the ammo buff applies to them. Oh, that's neat.
あなたたちもコレクションに入れてあげる。我が命に従い。
That's kind of handy, actually.
我が命に従い。輝ける黄金は
It's kind of cheating because it's only level 17.
我が憎き敵に滅びの調べよ。我が命に従い。無敵艦隊、我が命に従い。
Well, that was easy.
カールが
私の宝に手を出す気なんて。あなたたちもコレクションに入れてあげる。我が命に従い。無敵艦隊、我が命に従い。
I'll be honest with you, I've never really used the Tempesta girls in combat before.
輝ける黄金は勝利の航路に。
There we go. What are the clear requirements? Okay, well, might as well. Supposedly this is a treasure fleet.
我が憎き敵に滅びの調べよ。我が命に従い。無敵艦隊。我が命に従い。輝ける黄金は。我が憎き敵に滅びの調べよ。我が命に従い。無敵艦隊。我が命に従い。私の宝に手を出す。
They do have some nerve, don't they? Alright, that's the full clear requirement. That should also be the escort fleet. So hey, we'll 3-star this in one run. Hooray! Light of old ship of the line, level 20. Oof. She went down quick.
こんにちは。
輝ける黄金は
Stage complete. Alright, so it looks like they're dividing this up between combat and story. Looks like we've got 22 scenes. And it's pretty linear. Okay. Somewhere, in an unknown location, when I opened my eyes, I met with an endless expanse of blue. Wait, open my eyes? I'm pretty sure I was sleeping just a moment ago. This must be a dream. When I realize this, my surroundings also begin to warp around me. Familiar images and voices start to play in my head. Really? Shouldn't you hold on to it? I'm sure it'll serve you well one day. Now, I think it's time I be on my way. Pact-sworn Tempesta. This compass is the real treasure you get for overcoming the trial of the ruins. Heh, though I'm the one who handled the trial. Either way, it'll help you out someday. Keep it safe. The strange compass. It's the object that led me to royal fortune and what joined our destinies together. And now, it has appeared in this dreamscape, glowing faintly as it casts a light in a certain direction. Let's follow it. Light grows brighter and brighter until eventually it engulfs everything. Then, a sea ravaged by strong gales, the compass and the light have disappeared from my hand. I'm standing on a boat that creaks as it bobs up and down on the waves. Words stop in my throat. Is this another dream? Fierce winds shriek like specters while a briny downpour pelts my skin. As commander, it's a feeling I know all too well. I'm in the middle of a storm. No duh. That salty smell, the feel of raindrops, it's all too vivid. Is this real? Did the compass bring me back to Tempesta's branch again? If that's what happened, this is really bad! My attention goes back at the ship I'm standing on. It's far too fragile to withstand this storm. It could break apart any second now. Damn it, I need to get out of this storm and find land immediately. Obviously, there's no way I'll find land smack dab in the middle of the ocean, but... Ahoy, Commander! That is you, right? As I survey my surroundings in a daze, suddenly I hear a familiar, friendly voice. Next moment, a massive ship breaks through the downpour and appears before me. Blimey, it is you! What are you doing in this storm? How'd you even get here? You tell me. Also, this is a bad time for questions. My ship's about to sink. Ah, crap. Hang in there. I'll rescue you. It's the Tempesta in the Sleeping Sea. Hooray! Guided by the Commander. Episode 2-1 Pirate Reunion. Through some miracle, I managed to board Royal Fortune's vessel. Seeing my battered ship sink below the waves, I breathe a sigh of relief. I've missed you, Commander. Royal Fortune comes running up to me with open arms. Before I knew it, I find myself squished into her bosom. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it really has. How come you knew I was out here? It's because I summoned all the Tempesta? Which included you, I guess. Wait, you did what now? You called them into the middle of a storm. A storm is nothing we can't handle. It's in our name. Yeah, dots. That was a joke. Don't look at me all angry like that. Actually, this place was pretty calm up until a few moments ago. Then the storm showed up out of nowhere. Maybe the storm appeared because you showed up? Yeah, likely story. Speaking of which, how'd you end up here anyway? I'd love to think that you're at my beck and call, but... I saw a compass in my dream and I followed it. A compass? You mean the one you gave me and then I gave back to you? No, the one you gave me and that I later gave to you. What? But I don't have a compass. I gave mine to you, remember? You said you saw it in your dreams. Does that mean you don't have it on you? Like I just said, I gave it to you. Okay, so where is it now? Your guess is as good as mine. Well, guess how God only knows. But you see, the thing about lost items is they tend to crop up when you least expect it. Like how it showed up in your dreams. On another note, I'm investigating some strange events. Since you're here, might as well help me out. You two? What a coincidence. I know I'm an ace investigator. I'll get her on the case. If you can, by all means. Although the passage between your world and mine is pretty unreliable. If only it weren't, you could bring in your unstoppable fleet to solve all our problems. That's true. Unfortunately, I'm stuck on this pirate ship with only you to rely on. Don't lose hope. You're a part of the Tempesta, and I'll look out for you while you're here. Hey, what's so unfortunate about me and my ship, huh? Just a little banter. Anyway, tell me about these strange events. There's been stories of rumbles in the deep, sea monsters that eat everything in their path, and a terrifying so-called skelebeasts. Skelebeasts. Okay. The rumor is that something strange has happened beneath the surface. Whatever it is, a growing number of people have witnessed and suffered at its hands. Now even the routes between our cities are under threat. That's why I've called the rest of the Tempesta to deal with the problem. For the good of humanity, that's awfully benevolent for a pirate. Benevolent? We're doing it to ensure the smooth flow of commerce. How will we trade otherwise? Not doing it for free either. I went around and collected commission fees to do this from every city before I set out. Smart. That way if your ship sinks, you can immediately afford a new one. If it sinks, now with me at the helm, matey. Woohoo! A horn is blown, and the next moment a fleet of ships breaks through the storm. Ha ha! The gang's all here. Let's go, Commander. Time for a captain's meeting. Okay, episode 1-3. The gang's all here. Aboard the Great Royal Fortune, Captain's Cabin. As the various members of Tempesta gather, the din and hubbub of the cabin grows louder and louder. Fortune, what were you bloody thinking, putting our meeting spot in the middle of... Why's the Commander here? Commander? Oh my, what brings you here, my darling? Did you miss me? You're all here because I called on you. That includes the Commander. So your call went all the way to another world, did it? Adventure Galley, Sao Marino, and Golden Hind raised many questions, so I recount everything I've learned up till now. I see. It seems that we once more need your leadership for the battle ahead of us. Yes, to put it another way, destiny has brought us together again, hee. That explains the storm. Wherever the commander goes, tempests aren't far behind. Sal Marhino, you're still with the Navy, yes? I am. I serve as a Nebula Guardian, which suits me better. Works better for us, too. Having a Navy connection makes pirating easier. In addition, some of the commissions that Royal Fortune accepted were posted by the Nebula Guardians. It therefore makes sense that I be present as supervisor. Yeah, cheers for keeping an eye on me and all that. Now, who wants nosh? Nosh? Already put the stove on, I see. The storm hasn't stopped and we're still waiting for people, so yeah, I say we have ourselves something to eat. Plus, we've got to celebrate the commander being here. All too true. I'll just help myself to these skewers. Sure, eat all you want. I caught these, I actually don't know what they are, but they're delicious and I caught them just this morning. You too, try these, Commander. Let's take a bite. Unappetizing texture, strange taste. I don't dare to savor the taste any longer, so I forcibly swallow the food, if you could call it that. Pretty good, right? Have another. By the way, are these Skelebeasts edible? What? What? You think I cooked and skewered one of those things? Does this smell and taste like a sea monster do? Yes. Also, just think about the name. If these were Skelebeasts, shouldn't they be all bones and no meat? Wait, do you even know what these Skelebeasts look like? That's one of the things we're here to find out. Rest assured, I can confirm that this is not the flesh of a Skelebeast. Then why'd you phrase it like that? Way to freak me out. I wanted to remind you about our objective here, since you're being so casual about this commission. Lest we forget that our target is a monster that threatens all trade between our cities. Supposing that this is a dangerous and elusive creature, we must take it absolutely seriously. Yes, whatever you say, ma'am. Blah, my appetite's all gone. Mine too. How unfortunate. In that case, I shall eat the rest of the skewers. You what? Let's get back to business. Fortune, you said you're on an investigation, but to where? Well, I have a few places in mind. There's a place where the last attack happened, so I'm thinking of checking that first. That is, once the gang is all here. Until then, we wait. Who's missing? Claudia said she's not coming, so we're just missing Mary. So if I got that right, the gang consists of Wadia, Salbertino, Mary Celeste, Golden Hind, Adventure Galley, and lastly, you. Am I really not missing anyone? Didn't you say you'd recruit more members? Dots. Why are y'all looking at me? Believe me, I have been getting the word out and trying to recruit people. It's just not gone very well. In fact, I think someone's been sabotaging our efforts. Wadia's looking into the who and why as we speak. She'll uncover something any day now. She's sleeping. So don't blame me for... Kaboom. Your fortune is interrupted by the sound of an explosion. Looking out the cabin window, I see the red glow of a firework in the distant sky. That's her. That's Mary's distress signal. Looks like our saboteurs have escalated. Now they're engaging in full-on raid against us. Girls, get back to your ships. Prepare for battle. And we're locked. So, let's keep going. T2 running with a treasure ship. Cannonballs soar through the mists and muffle the waves. Treasure ship Ganjisawa makes her entry. Unknown. And garbage. Go forth, Tempesta girls.
あなたたちもコレクションに入れてあげる。
我が命に従い。無敵艦隊。我が命に従い。
ち、
私の宝に手を出す気なん。
At least the combats are easy.
あなたたちもコレクションに入れてあげる。
我が命に従い。無敵艦隊我が命に従い。
Boom.
私の宝に手を出す気な。
They do have some nerve, don't they?
あなたたちもコレクションに入れてあげる。
我が命に従い。無敵艦隊我が命に従い。
私はな。
輝ける黄金は
Ripping right through them.
我が憎き敵に滅びの調
Extra
べよ。
ammo's
我
handy
が
in
命
these
に従い。
situations.
無敵艦隊我が命に従い。輝ける黄金は
And there's the boss.
「我が憎き敵に滅びの調べよ。我が命に従い。無敵艦隊我が命に従い。
Boom. At least it's an easy event this time
ここ
around.
からは勝者が思うがままに。
Oh, you know what I ought to do?
エネルギー回路の起動。
I forgot to put those girls in the resting dorm. There we go.
分析モジュール同期中。重要イベン
Do
ト
a
が
little
発
bit
生
of
しています。
housekeeping. Alright, let's battle on.
あなたたちもコレクションに入れてあげる。
我が命に従い。無敵艦隊我が命に従い。
ここからは勝者が思う。 あなたたちもコレクションに入れてあげる。
我が命に従い。 輝ける黄金は
Alright. Just have to clear out this one last node up here in the upper left. Then it's boss time.
我が憎き敵に滅びの調べよ。我が命に従い。
ここからはあなたたちもコレクションに入れてあげる。
我が命に従い。無敵艦隊。我が命に従い。
Boss is Skelebeasts. Interesting.
私のコレクションになりなさい。懸命そうな
Hey, Cole.
輝ける黄金は
Alright, what stories have we unlocked? Alright, the treasure hunters.
我が憎き敵に滅びの調べよ。
Tempesta's vessels got into a neat formation and sail forward. It's not long before we reach the site of Mary's distress signal. Kaboom! Mary is outmatched 2 to 1. They only have 2 ships. Let's back her up and make it 5 versus 2. Marhino, you and Golden Hind go take care of the big one. Callie and I will blow the small one to bits. Wait, don't sink them. Just neutralize them. Why, you got plans for them or something? Do you know who the attackers are? No. Okay, and what are the odds that they knew about your meeting point and waited here to ambush you? It's basically impossible, although considering that they've been working in the shadows this whole time, if they knew about your rendezvous, why didn't they attack when you came here alone? What are you suggesting? They just happened to be in the area? That doesn't really make sense. Why would they pick a fight with Mary in the middle of a storm? You came here to investigate the strange events. Maybe the attackers play a role in them. Can't deny that. They might know something. Right. You lot heard the commander. Change the shot's name to cripple, not sink. It's Portsmouth Adventure. And Amity.
無敵艦隊。我が命に従い。
And Amity was under the waves. How dare she? Oh, we neutralized them. Kaboom. Stole me. She wasn't lying about reinforcements being on the way. Let's retreat. We'll get another chance. Ha! Tempesta's biggest ships are here, and you think you can retreat? Was, Tempesta? You heard me. You scared now? What happened to giving me a whooping, huh? Hang on. You saying you didn't command those big air monsters to attacking us? The only monster I control is Argo, and besides, you attacked first. She is really pretty. That design is awesome. Oh yes, come to think of it, I only saw a single monster on the water during our battle. Bollocks, we mucked up and went after the wrong one. You what? Oi, you scallywags! We have you surrounded. Lower your weapons and surrender, and we'll spare your lives and your assets, I guess. Alright, we surrender. Otherwise, well, oh, that was easy. We'll hold you to your word, spare our lives and assets. Really, really like her art. Say, could we take shelter aboard your flagship? The wind is really picking up. Also, we're quite hungry. You'll share some food with us, won't you? Oi, why are you acting like we're friends now? Are you trying to trick me into letting you board the Great Royal Fortune to stab us in the back? Yes. You're not setting foot here. Make do with your own ships. Dots. Let's let them explain who they are, then we can decide what to do with them. Oh, right. They ruined my flow and I lost focus. So who are you people? Why are you here? Why'd you attack our ally? Well, Portsmouth, looks like we've run into an interesting group. Somehow I get the feeling that the red-haired girl is staring at me. Name's Portsmouth Avenger, and this last here's Amity. We're treasure hunters. We didn't plan on coming here until the storm appeared out of the blue. So we tried to escape the storm, and monsters attacked us all of a sudden. Monsters, you say? We're humongous, I tell you. Knew they came from the deep the most I saw them. In fact, they were about as big as your Miss Mary's giant pet. You assumed I was controlling it, and you attacked me? Is that it? Yeah, we just made it out alive. Then we saw you command another beast. Simply put, we jumped to conclusions. Sorry. So I'm innocent in all this. Yup. Unless you're hiding another monster inside somewhere. Why do you have hard eyes? Why are you blushing? You know, we have 5 ships and you have 2, so... Like I said, we're sorry. We'll compensate you for the harm done. Promise. There's no harm to speak of. You never even touched me. Mary, but there was harm and you're overlooking it. There's the damage to the sails and ropes, cost of the cannonballs. That adds up to quite a lot for 5 ships. You'll pay the current market price to replace these things, won't you? Blimey, yeah. You can talk about compensation later. I have more important questions to ask. Yeah, go on. You mentioned a monster from the depths. Is that what you were referring to? The waves churn on the horizon. Giants rise from the deep, one after the next. Arrgh. That's them, the monsters! Let's get out of here! Okay. I really like the redhead. Alright. Rebirth and eternal life. 2-1. Monsters pursue us at an incredible speed, smashing through the waves. There's at least 100 of them. Could this get any worse? You had to say that. You just had to. On the contrary, we're quite lucky. This gives us a heap of information, and right on our first investigation. Huh. All too true, milady. Could your invisibleness and then please go and capture a specimen for us? Dots. Exactly. See, it's only called an investigation when we have the initiative. When they do, it's called a battle to the death. At least we know the strength of our enemy. Hey, Captain. We can't exactly run forever, so let's take to land and seek refuge, eh? I endorse this suggestion. Well, we were going to make landfall at Eisenbach to resupply anyway. It's not that far from here, and the goddess does watch over the island. Let's go there. Should be safe enough. Eisenbach Island. Port sometime later. On the shore stands a faintly glowing statue of the goddess. The Skelebeasts had suddenly stopped pursuing us just a few nautical miles off the coast. In addition, the island seems unaffected by the storm we just braved. Phew, we're still in one piece. Yes, for now. Saw Marhino gazes up at the statue. A portion of its face is battered and worn, a massive crack running along its back. One of its wings is missing as well. The goddess statue has been destroyed. Who could have done this, and why? Moreover, how is the island still receiving her protection if her statue is ruined? No man did this. It simply fell apart on its own one day. This has happened across many islands. This is just one of them. What do you mean, fell apart on its own? The goddess's protection is growing weaker. That is evident from the arrival of these storms. Head of the Nebula Guardians must be informed of this post-haste. Oi! You suggested this island as a resupply spot so we can investigate the statue at the same time, didn't you? As a reminder, doing this is part of our commission. Wait, really? Did you even read the terms of the commission before you accepted it? I will make note of the statue in my report. Okay, I'll leave the writing to you. So she accepted a commission from the Nebula Guardians to earn some money for investigating the attacks that she was going to do anyway. Meanwhile, the Nebula Guardians combined that investigation with another one about the statues. So, is there any chance that the statue attack and the attacks are connected? There is. The reports about the Skelebeasts and the ruined statues came in at nearly the same time. Naturally, this raised some eyebrows. So you admit it, you'd lump the commission together to get a two for the price of one. Really? That's what you care about? Hey, I care too. As do I. These things matter. Dots. Ah, you lot are a funny bunch. I'll keep my gob shut if I were you. We haven't forgotten you attacked us just half an hour ago. You said you were treasure hunters, yeah? As promised, I won't take your lives or assets, but I will make you spill the beans on all the treasure I don't know about. Yeah, give us deets, now! Deets, really? The promise of treasure gets all the pirates riled up. Well, I heard a rumor a while back. Supposedly, a ghost fleet appeared from the depths of the sea. They say this ghost fleet returned through the power of a very specific relic. In fact, we were chasing this ghost fleet until we were caught up in that storm. That legendary relic won't be an easy one to find. A ghost fleet? I've never seen anything like that. First skelebeats, then storms growing stronger, broken god statues, now a ghost fleet. This is getting more convoluted by the minute. And what's that about a special relic? Nobody knows what it looks like, or even if it exists in the first place. If the goddess and the storms are connected, who's to say the skelebeasts and the ghost fleet aren't connected as well? Whatever the case, we should treat these two as separate anomalies. I see the connection between the goddess and the storms, but what links the skelebeasts to the ghost fleet? It's just a gut feeling. I think they have in common the trait of being undead. Seeing as the skelebeasts spawn from shipwrecks, they're sort of like zombified ships. It's a lot like the ghost fleet, wrecked ships coming back to life. Wrecked ships coming back to life? What if this all leads back to our old friend, the Fountain of Youth? Not in any obvious way, if so. There's still many mysteries surrounding the fountain, though. Sounds like we should investigate then. Porty, Amity, what will you do? You coming with us, Porty? Last I heard, the Fountain of Youth has been totally looted, so not much reason for us to go there. But, since it might lead to clues on the relic, we're going to the Fountain of Youth. Then we have a plan. We'll resupply and be off. Before we do that, let's find Wadia and borrow the Grimoire terminal. Anything could be waiting for us at the fountain. Good idea. Once resupply is done, we'll meet up with Wadia. She'll be sleeping and or snacking. I have a question. Which of you is the leader of Tempesta? Me, that should go without saying. I see. So 2-2, the treasure ship. Tempesta arrives at Wadia's hideout while having avoided the storms along the way. Thankfully, it was an uneventful journey. New World, Wadia's hideout. An ashen fog has engulfed the once calm sea. A field of broken and charred planks covers the surface, extending as far as the eye can see. Bloody hell! This is where your friend lives? I smell the remnants of a battle and the stench of decomposition. Where's Wadia? She alright? Bang! A signal flare goes off, bursting into a blue light. I sent out a signal. We just have to wait for Wadia's response. Kaboom! There's no response from Wadia, only the first salvo from an enemy that lies in wait. It's an ambush. One ghost ship after the next emerges from the water, making the sea look as though it's boiling. Well, here they are. They're real ghost ships, right? One moment. Talk about lucky. Wasn't expecting to run into them out of here. Yes, lucky us. Since you're so lucky, why don't you go and capture one of them for us? Can I? Aw, yeah! Wait, you'll do it? Amity, we're going with Porty. And remember to try to aim this time. Kaboom. Tempesta, give him L. Amity's under the waves. That's a lot of cannonballs. Silent Sentry, Kraken's Tentacles, level 100.
無敵艦隊
私のコレクションになりなさい。まとめてぶっ飛ばせ。
無敵艦隊我が命に従い。
海で私のコレクションになりなさい。
Grah. Skelebeast incoming. Kaboom. Listen up, we're running away. If you like living, you'll do the same. Because if you're burned bread, if those monsters surround you. Damn it, nearly got one of the buggers too. Amity, let's book it. The ship girls hoisted sails and, after a long while, finally shook off the pursuers. Well, they're out of the woods now. They haven't turned their backs on Wadia's hideout yet. We can't just leave Wadia here. We have to go back. Wadia's smart. Knowing her, she left that place long ago. Then why did the enemy lie in ambush for us rather than pursue her, huh? Beats me. Maybe she escaped without noticing. Besides, there's no real reason for them to linger if they've already sent her to Davy Jones's locker. She could be hiding somewhere not far from here. If you're all staying here, fine. I'll go after her myself. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on a moment. Nobody said we're not going to rescue Wadia, okay? Rushing in blindly is not the way to do it, though. We need a plan. While the girls hold a heated debate aboard the Great Row of Fortune, an abrupt event shakes the sea. Boom, boom. A magnificent and enormous battleship emerges from the fog, thundering explosions from its guns tearing through the air. Dozens upon dozens of cannons erupt with black smoke, firing red dot cast iron balls at the enemy. But in the blink of an eye, the Ghost Fleet and the Skelebeast are decimated. Isn't that Ganjisawa, the treasure ship? Ganjisawa, that girl who sails around lugging tons of gold and silver? Yes, that's her. Bloody hell! Have a gander at that. How much treasure you reckon she's hauling? Wouldn't go after her if I were you. She's a high-ranking member of the Church of the Goddess. Attacking her will have dire consequences. I didn't even consider it an angel. I was more thinking, oi, aren't we saved now? Looks like she's running and gunning. Is that what she's doing? I think she's pulling it off well. I've spoken to her when we did business a few times before. She's not a bad apple, don't get me wrong. It's just you can never know what's going through her mind. While the girls talk, Ganjisawa herself appears on the deck of her massive vessel. Oh goddess, put these weary souls to rest. She looks skyward, her face a reflection of pure reverence, and her whispers a prayer. Next, she turns and looks at us with a beaming smile. That was close. I'm shocked there are such dangerous foes out here. Are you all okay? We're fine. Thanks for coming to our help. Oh, think nothing of it. I just happened to be in the area, you see. Here, allow me to return these sweeties to you. Catch! Whoosh. She picks up two little girls and throws them our way. Ah! Whee! I'm flying! They sail a perfect arc through the air. Wadia hits the deck like a sack of potatoes. The other girl, meanwhile, nimbly lands on her feet next to me. Hee hee, another happy landing. Much stronger as she looks, that woman. Wadia, you okay? Okay, no, she came to rescue as soon as the fighting started. What are y'all doing here anyway? We're gonna investigate the Fountain of Youth again. The commander said we should bring your Grimoire or terminal along just to be safe. Grimoire, huh? You're going to the fountain? Are you also hoping to get your hands on that relic that could revive the dead? Also, sure are. Got any info you can share? That I do, but in exchange for what? Amity, how much dash we have left? 40, please. Do you think she would tell us anything if she wants the relic for herself? I certainly would not. As far as I'm concerned, you're my rivals. Don't expect me to give you any useful info, and even if I do, you shouldn't take it at face value. I'll tell you this, do go to the fountain. Sure, it's been looted bare, but who knows? Maybe there's still something you can uncover. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be on my way. When she finishes, she turns her ship around and starts heading off. Just a moment, Sawa. I think someone is using the relic to manipulate monsters and ghost ships into attacking people. I doubt they'll just hand it over if you ask nicely. Your best shot at getting it is to work together with us. I'll be just fine. The goddess is watching over me. The rudder of her great vessel turns and she vanishes into the mist in an instant. Even the church has become engrossed in hunting for the treasure, despite the fact that these monsters and ghost ships pose a threat to all of our cities. I think getting rid of the threat and confiscating the relic are the same thing to her. On the bright side, based on what she said, it all but confirms the relic is no mere rumor. What's more, she probably knows much more about it than we do. Should we go after her? You better hurry if we're gonna. I'm not sure we'll be able to catch up to her even then. I can. On your own? That doesn't help. We've all got to go after her. Relax, we're not going after her. She calls her rivals. She might take it as a threat if we start following her. Really? She seemed like a nice lady to me. Nice has nothing to do with it. We're clearly no friends of hers, so it's best to be cautious. All that is to say, we'll go to the Fountain of Youth as planned. Aye aye, Tempesta. Get your things in order. Set sail for the Fountain of Youth. Set sail for the Fountain of Youth. Nice, that's the energy I want to see. Wait, who are you? Alright, episode 2-3, A New Face. Who are you? Royal Fortune stares dumbfoundedly at the little stranger who landed on her deck along with Wadya. The girl, Dolphin, tilts her head slightly to the side. Hee hee, I was wondering when you were going to ask. Hi, fellow captains. I'm Dolphin. I'm the new blood. Come again? Really? We finally got a new member? Oh, you're a new recruit. I'm Royal Fortune. I'm your leader. Wow, the leader. Hi there. Hold on a minute. I thought you were a treasure hunter. Dolphin, I've heard that name before. Didn't think she as small as little Wadya here, though. Hey, hands off my hat. Wadya's the one who let me join, actually. Dolphin, rookie pirate. You've been dying for a new member, haven't you? Well, this little girl came from far away, and she's honest and adorable to boot. She's from far away? Yeah, I became a fan when I heard you discovered the Fountain of Youth, and I've been looking for a way to join you ever since. When I found Wadya, but immediately after, all those baddies surrounded us, and we had to run. That's when Genjisawa came to rescue us, and the rest you already know. Did you hear that? Our little Wadya got our first ever new member. I worked my arse off, and Wadya just gets one for free. Still, I'm impressed you found her. She's our second hardest to find member. Hee hee, that's all thanks to my special ability. If Wadya's the second hardest, who's the most? Why, it's none other than... Royal Fortune points her finger at me with a snap. My vice leader, Cronus Adair, the commander. Oh, so you're the Tempesta's commander. I'm Dolphin. It's nice to meet you. The little girl takes my hand and shakes it with all her strength. No, you got it wrong. It's just commander, not commander of Tempesta. Not your commander, just commander? Dolphin slightly cocks her head and shoots me a confused look. Ah, look, it's complicated. It'd take too long to explain. All you need to remember is that I'm #1 leader of Tempesta, okay? She prefaces the phrase #1 to make the point absolutely clear. She really wants to hammer in who the boss pirate is to the rookie, huh? Okay. Dolphin nods in understanding, and Royal Fortune hands her a thick book titled The Tempesta Pact. And so we resume our journey to the Fountain of Youth with a new member along for the ride. Oh hey! That's cute. We've got a dolphin in our cabinets. 2-4, crawling around. And so an uneventful 12 hours pass. Hooray! Aboard the Great Royal Fortune. Captain Commander's cabin. Night. Uh-oh, night battle. Hey, you've not left your cabin since dinner time. Doesn't it wear you out working around the clock? I love my job. Blimey, your work must be dreadful. She gives me a sidelong glance while I fill out another mission-related paper. They're doing paperwork. And I yell out, I love my job. You know, I don't think you've had a moment of rest since you got here. If you want my advice, take a nap. You can work after you've had your beauty sleep. And if you can't sleep, or if you're feeling lonely, I can sleep with you if you want. This whole situation is complicated and I want to go through all the information again. I'll be just fine. You can hit the hay if you're tired. I mean, I'm not really, plus watching you work is entertaining. I'll stick around for a while longer. In other words, it's not like I have anything else to... Clunk. The cabin door opens and a large pirate hat comes into view as Wadia peeks in. Hey, I brought the Grimoire terminal. You said you wanted to borrow it, right? Yeah, thanks. You can hold on to it. As long as we're ready for surprises at the Fountain of Youth, it doesn't matter who has it. Well, it's been acting up for a while. I've tried to speak with it, but it won't respond. See, nothing but crickets. Maybe you can fix it, somehow. It worked just fine before. Do Siren Electronics break that easily? Let me have a look. Dots. Let's try to power it up. Terminal, boot up. Alas, nothing happens. Dots. Examine it thoroughly. She hands me the grimoire. I examine it up close from top to bottom. Looks undamaged, and I don't smell any fried wires. Could be a software or some internal component is broken. Alternatively, it could be simply out of battery. What's going on here, then? That little thing you got there on the brake or something? Want me to smack it? Who knows? Might fix it. Portsmouth starts twirling the bottle in her hand. No, don't do that. Ha ha ha, I'm just kidding. Don't get so worked up, lass. If only Akashi were here. She might be able to fix Siren Tech. I doubt we can get this thing working again on our own. So, any ideas, Commander? I can't figure out what the root issue is. It won't be an easy fix. Darn. Buddy hangs her head in low spirits. I do have an idea, though. Do you mind if I keep it for now? I'll find a way to get it working again. Sure, you can have it as long as you want if you fix it. If you need replacement parts, let me know and I'll find some. Bud. Huh? What? Did the desk just move? I think it did. Thud. I knock on the desk and it jumps again. What is this? Is it haunted? Are we dealing with a ghost? There's already a ghost on your ship. Thunk. Oh no, we had a lolly under our desk. Then the cabinet doors under the desk fly open. Are you looking for something? I can help with that. Why is there a compartment under the desk? Because I saw some New World designs and got inspired. It makes cleaning easier if you just pop it right open. Dots. Why are you in there, Dolphin? I'm looking for treasure. On my ship? Yeah, I can sense there's some amazing treasure here. It is true, the Great Royal Fortune carries loads of treasure, and some of it is even exceptional. But that doesn't mean that you can just take them. I know, I'm just looking around and studying the ship's structure to kill some time. Anyway, what were you all looking for? I'm an expert at finding things. Nothing at the moment. There's no telling what replacement parts you need without opening this thing. Besides, replacement parts for Siren Tech aren't exactly easy to find. Oh, okay. Do you want to sleep with me then? Whoa. What are you asking for? What? What? You mean like napping together? Right, that reminds me it's late. You should all go to bed. Nighty-night, sleep tight. Go on, back to your cabins now. Yeah, feels like I'm missing something here. Maybe, maybe not. I can't tell. If you say so. I'm off to have myself another drink. Shrimpy, you stay in or you come with? First of all, I'm not a shrimpy. Secondly, I'm going back to my cabin. And lastly, you're the last person I drink with. So I still have a dolphin in a rather compromising position under my desk. Yeah. Royal Fortune, Wadi, and Portsmouth Adventure all leave in my cabin one by one. Only Dolphin remains still under the gosh darn table. Do you want something? You still haven't answered my question. I asked if you wanted to sleep with me, and you never said anything. That's a dangerous question. My hands are tied with work, so... Well, go to bed early tonight. You can always work tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. 3-1, promising lead. Finally, we arrive at the ruins of the Fountain of Youth. As they gaze at the ransacked islands, the looks of amazement appear on their faces. There it is, Fountain of Youth. This was worth the trip. Although pretty different from what the rumors say, isn't it? I was gonna say it's completely different. Wasn't it like a big island of machinery last time we were here? Yeah, there was machinery everywhere. Now there's nothing but rocks left. What happened? Where'd all the tech go? It's been almost literally stripped bare. Seems we underestimated the draw of the rumors surrounding this place. Will we even find any leads here? Well, we're here, might as well try. That's true. You're here. Maybe we'll get lucky. Let's split up to cover more ground. You do that. I'll stay here and stand guard. Munch on crisps. Sleep. Nah, you're coming along. And so, we split up into teams to search across the islands. Our search range grew and grew while the sky overhead darkened. Somewhere in the ruins of the Fountain of Youth, you can't see anything when it's this dark outside. Since we're not going to find anything, we'll just call it for tonight. Beep beep, beep beep. Is that... All of a sudden, Grimoire Terminal starts beeping from inside my backpack. I take out the tablet. There are a few glowing dots displayed on the screen. The light of the goddess is fading. Her core is decaying. The tide is rising. Order is collapsing. Only by putting the dead to sleep once more can peace be restored. The flickering dots change shape, assuming the form of a map of the sea. A bright spot stands out on the map. It's clearly some sort of destination marker. The sleeping sea. Aboard the Great Royal Fortune. Captain's cabin. Sometime later. And that concludes the briefing. Royal Fortune displayed the map of the sea copied from the terminal's screen. She briefed the others on what I told her earlier. Leapless Sea doesn't ring any bells. I don't think the books of the ancients made any mention of it. Also, the map places it at the very edge of the boundary between the old and new world. That sounds very dodgy to me. I have a question. Are you sure it was the Grimoire Terminal speaking to you, Commander? You tell me. It's never booted up by itself before, and I don't remember it sounding like that the last time. Maybe it wasn't Terminal speaking, but rather someone else speaking through it. Using magic, I guess? What little thing is that one big enigma? Suppose it wasn't the Terminal speaking, then who? Are they friends or foe? There's no way to know, is there? But if we don't know, this will make for an exceedingly risky voyage. Hell with it. We can talk ourselves sore, but what good will it do? Make up your minds. We going or not? Commander, what's your take? On one hand, it's a potential lead. On the other, it could be dangerous. I say we decide by vote. I'm in favor of going. Same here. Let's check it out. I support it. Personally, I'm against it. As long as I can stay behind and stand guard, I don't care one way or the other. If the Sleeping Sea does exist, that in and of itself will be a massive discovery. I support going there. So that's 5 in favor, 1 against, and 1 abstaining. Commander. If I must choose, I'm leaning towards going. That's 6 in favor, an easy qualified majority. Let's set sail for the Sleeping Sea in 3 hours. Why 3 hours? Hang on a minute. Don't tell me Amity... Don't me and Amity get to vote? This is a vote among Tempesta only. If you want to have a say, you'll have to become a member first. So will you join? Can we get honorary membership like Marhino? Yeah, sure. Then we'll join. Also, we both support going there. Gotcha. That's 8 in favor, even though we already have a qualified majority. Amity and Portsmouth Adventure. Welcome to Tempesta. Now let's set off to the Sleeping Sea. The Sleeping Sea. The Sleeping Sea, straddling the line between the old world and the new. It took us days to finally reach these uncharted waters. It's so foggy, I have no clue what to expect in there. All ships, drop your speed. Keep some distance to avoid ramming each other. Royal Fortune verifies her location on the map while she issues her order. The ships all lower their sails and prep, then they burst into the mist. Thrust into the mist, whatever. Spooky. The moon inside the fog oozes with apprehension, and even the sea and the sky take on a different look than the world outside of it. While we were merely sailing through an empty sea, it feels as though we've slipped into another dimension. This feels familiar. Is this a mirror sea? No, something about it isn't quite the same. Feeling the fog on my bare skin, a single thought pops into my mind. This place has its own aura, its own rules, its own mind. There's no wind, I can't feel an air current. Have we reached the Sleeping Sea? Thunk thunk. As the ship sails on, I can hear the woody sounds of sea debris hitting the hull. What is this? This place is a damn ship graveyard. It reeks of gunpowder, too. Wait, I get it. It's called the Sleeping Sea because it's where ships come to rest. Dots. Amy face bombs in exasperation. The embarrassed Portsmouth places her hand on her pirate hat. I was just trying to liven the mood with an observation. Come on, even I can tell these wrecks are here because of some recent battle, right? Look, the wood's all rotten. There's steel mixed in there. Those are from the Ghost Fleet. And there's the burnt up ship parts. They're from the Skelebeasts. Hang on. If the Ghost Fleet and Skelebeasts were here, maybe the relic is somewhere here too. Oh yeah, we just hit the jackpot. I hate to rain on your parade, but I must ask, who defeated them all? Amy raises a good point. Someone beat us to the punch here. If they're after the relic just as we are, that someone is most likely Genjisawa. Uh-oh. What if she found the next lead? She'll have a huge start over us. No! She might have already nicked the relic for all we know. Settle down, both of you. The relic is the root cause of all the abnormal phenomena, and if Sawa got her hands on it, why is this blatantly abnormal place still here? At the end of the day, we must still investigate further. What's the plan? Do we follow the breadcrumb trail of wrecks, or do we go around them? Let's follow the shipwrecks. If Sawa did do all this, the debris will lead us to her. Judging by when we spoke last time, she must have already known something about the relic in this sea. Still, don't lower your guard. With how many wrecks there are, I suspect there are many sleepless souls in the Sleeping Sea. Alright, 3-3. The Priest of Wind and... Rain? Yeah. The Priest of Wind and Rain.
我が憎き敵に滅びの調べを。
Our fleet follows the trail of wreckages for a while, then all of a sudden the fog clears, laying bare the sleeping sea's true appearance. The debris and remnants of battle only grow more numerous, and the smell of gunpowder hangs heavily in the air. Heh, looks like we're catching up to her. These remnants are very fresh. Sawa has to be around here. Boom. Just then, a yellow light goes off overhead. It's a signal flare. A golden glow. The color of the church's distress beacon. Seems that Ganjisawa requests assistance. Yeah, her ship's bloody massive. How could she get into trouble? By being greatly outnumbered, we're getting into an unfavorable situation. She's now known in the church not only for her great treasure, but also for being a priest of wind and rain. They say that the goddess graced her with the power to draw strength from these elements. It is perhaps because of the strength that she was so confident in her own ability when we spoke. Here, however, there is neither wind nor rainfall, and the accursed relic may even weaken the goddess's blessing. Given that, it's very possible she has gotten herself into great trouble. Kaboom! As we draw closer to where the flare shot up from, the sounds of fighting become very clear. It's not long before we sight her. The girl who was so cocksure is now surrounded and taking a beating. What do? Save her? Nab her? Are you actually stupid? We're gonna save her, duh! The last thing I want is to draw the ire of the church. Plus, she'll be indebted to us if we help her. That's a golden opportunity to earn a favor from the church, and moreover, from a priest. She'll be a huge force multiplier if we can convince her to join Tempesta. So, Marhino, you're with the Navy. You go in first. We don't want to cause a misunderstanding now of all times. The rest of you, get information. Follow me!
無敵艦隊我が命に従い
Now we got Amity and Dolphin in fire support. Silent Sentry, Kraken's Tentacles, level 100.
まとめてぶっ飛ばせ
無敵艦隊我が命に従い
海で私のコレクションになりなさいまとめてぶっ飛ばせ
無敵艦隊我が命に従い
Kaboom! Amidst the fierce fighting, the Great Royal Fortune suffers more than a few damages, as does the rest of Tempesta. Even so, they emerge victorious in the end by working together. Phew, a glorious victory! My hull's taking damage. Need to patch it up quick. Oh dear, the cost of repairs will be eye-watering. It's you! Tempesta and the Treasure Hunters! I'm glad to see you for what it's worth. Later, when you've tallied up the damage you suffered to save me, let me know how much it'll cost and I'll compensate you in full. Though she smiles, the confidence she had in our first encounter is gone, and replaced entirely with sorrow. That's not the look of someone annoyed over a treasure hunt going poorly, it's the look of someone who's deeply anxious about something. This is clearly more than just a hunt for a valuable relic to her. Do you fear for the goddess's safety after witnessing such fearsome foes? Yes. I do. Her power must have waned, that she's unable to protect you out here. It's deplorable. Will you tell us why you came here? We may be able to help you. Dots. After a hesitant moment, Ganjisawa breathes a heavy sigh like she's letting her guard down. I'm here on a confidential mission from the church to investigate the strange happenings in this area. My goal, as you suspect, is to retrieve the relic so that it can revive the dead. I presented myself as a treasure hunting rival when we first met, thinking working alone was going to be easier for me. I pointed you to the Fountain of Youth for the same reason, that coming here alone seemed a better option. Now, why are you here? Did you actually find a lead back at the fountain? Sending us on a wild goose chase to get us away from you, so that's all it was. Luckily for you, we caught that wild goose. The commander found a lead which brought us here, just in time to save you. Luckily indeed. Faye is a curious thing. Why does she keep flipping upside down? You think I'm a reckless fool for going into the sea all by myself, don't you? I mean, actually, no, you're not. Roll Fortune quickly corrects herself, to which Ganjisawa lets out a snicker. Truth be told, this is a secret holy site to the church. You could almost say it's back garden. Come again? Huh? You serious? That's no wonder why it's not recorded in ancient literature. You're telling me that this weird place and all this in the middle of nowhere is a holy site? It is! This is the Sleeping Sea, the birthplace of the goddess. Only high-ranking church officials know of its existence. People say that all these strange things have been happening because the goddess's power is growing weaker. Well, we did a lot of research and all our attention finally landed on this place. What we didn't expect is that this place had become overrun. We're phrasing, it sounds like she didn't think that we already knew this place was the Sleeping Sea, and that was why we came here. I'd theorize that she somehow fed us this name through the map through the Grimoire terminal. Unless she's feigning ignorance, we can rule out that possibility. Why does it feel like she's hiding something from us, though? We wouldn't have gone to the Fountain of Youth regardless of whether she told us to or not. The fact that the terminal received a signal there would have happened irrespective of anything Sawa did. Our reason for going there to begin with was to find a lead on the Skelebeasts and the Ghost Fleet. Of course, there was nothing linking them to the fountain. It was just a siren machine, now completely looted. But the monster and the fleet have appeared everywhere we go, from Wadia's hideout to this holy site. The undead creatures and the concept of immortality. Perhaps there's more than meets the eye here. What even is the goddess? The deity of storms and the sea? Or is there more to her? And why does the church consider this place of all to be a holy site? Ask Ganjisawa about the goddess. What if, like the Fountain of Youth, the goddess is a machine of some kind? Sawa, is the link between this site and what is the link between this site and the goddess? Sorry, who are you? Aha, let me do the introductions. This is none other than the founder and vice leader of Tempesta, Coronis Adair, the commander. Aha, it's no wonder you're asking such insightful questions. Normally, I wouldn't tell you a thing, much less allow you to come near a holy site. However, you found and came to this place by yourselves, and you did rescue me as well. Those things are considered, I'm willing to tell you. Assuming, of course, that you keep it a secret. Simply put, this is where the goddess lives. Where she lives? Oh, perchance it's more to call her at her body. You see, the name of this place, the Sleeping Sea, refers to the place in which the goddess sleeps. I'll explain the rest of the temple that's here. Come with me! If my theory is correct, the temple here is where we'll find the answer to all these strange occurrences. Okay. Episode 3-4, The Storm and the Tempesta? Or Tempest? Storm of the Temple, excuse me. After linking up with our fleet, Ganjisawa leads the way towards the temple in the Sleeping Sea. Though enemies to continue to appear along the way, they are no match before our combined firepower. There, the temple's on that island. In the distance, the temple sits on a frozen-over beach, radiating a cold glow. Hundreds of ghost ships have already started gathering in the waters around the island. Talk about a chilling congregation. There's so many. How are we supposed to break through that? Reckon we should just give up? That relic won't be any use to us if we died nabbing it. We know where it is, we've seen it, and even just the tales of this journey will learn us a nice guinea. Dots. What if we split in two? One group lures them away while the other makes landfall? That's a nice plan, but isn't it really dangerous? We broke through their lines getting here, and there are still more pursuers on our trail. Whoever has to do the distracting will get surrounded in the bat of an eye. True, apologies, I didn't consider that. I know, I know. How about we swim and go under the water? That's even more dangerous than going through the surface. The waters are brimming with skelebeasts. I could swim there easy peasy. Okay, and what will you do then? I'm gonna steal the relic. That sounds like it could actually work. It won't. You need a high-ranking church member to be present to get inside the temple. There has to be another way inside if this place demands such tight security. Is there, Sawa? There is, but you can only access it from inside. So we're completely locked out is what you're saying. Commander, think of something. Right. First of all, forcing our way through is our last resort. Secondly, Portsmouth made a good point. All of you came here only to investigate matters, remember? Sure, getting the relic and solving all the problems in one go would be ideal, but no one's saying you have to do the impossible. Hey, hang on a second. Yeah, my commission is simply to investigate the strange stuff and kill skelebeasts, not to resolve the situation. Since I already know what the root cause is, that's mission complete. I can just go home with all the bounties and spoils. Exactly. We can always come back later to deal with the ghost fleet. Also, considering how big this whole incident is, I'm sure the church and the cities will take it seriously. Once we're out, we can contact the parties and organize a joint fleet, then lead them back here and finish things for good. Yes, true. Ganjisao gazes at the temple and lets out a sigh. If it's the only way, please don't tell the others about the goddess's body in your commission report. The church will muster some ships to deal with the ghost fleet. Don't worry about that. Suddenly, the sound of the sea breeze tickles my ear. The wind's blowing. No, wait. That's the sound of a storm! Dark clouds begin to swirl overhead. Gales rage and rain pours down. This storm formed way too quickly. It has to be because the goddess's power is weakened. Storms can manifest in the blink of an eye. I shouldn't have let my guard down just because there was no wind. Quick, hoist sails and get us out of here. Commander, get inside the hold. Damn it, we won't make it. Just grab my hand. A massive wave slams into the ship, knocking me off my feet. The feel of Royal Fortune's hand is gone in an instant as I plunged into the salty sea, the cold raindrops whipping my body. Commander! Uh-oh. 4-1, the Abyssal Being. Order is collapsing. Lapsing. Order is collapse. Rebooting. Failed. Scan. Failed. Connecting to server. Failed. Failed, 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 failed. Drip, drop. I hear droplets hitting the ground. Something cold yet soft and smooth strokes my cheek. Or so I think. Hello, human. Wait, what? A thing in the shape of a human looks at me with a forced smile. Who are you? I am Fancy, a being of the abyss, born from the imaginary. A being of the abyss? What? She does have a very unique look about her compared to the Tempesta girls I've seen. And yet, I just get this feeling. Yeah, she's still a ship girl. Thanks for saving me, Fancy. You're welcome? Let's get moving. Without any warning, one of Fancy's tentacles perk up and coils around my body. This is faster. Okay, where are we going? To fulfill your mission, human. What mission? The goddess guided you here, just as she guided me. Therefore, the goddess has a mission for you, just like me. Guided me? Is she talking about that Grimoire terminal said? Didn't it say something about connecting to a server? What was that about? Maybe there really is a link between the goddess and the sirens. Hang on, I want to check something. Hoping for a miracle, I take the terminal out of my backpack. It's still the same as before. I should have figured it wasn't working again. Just as I sew the tablet back into my backpack, Fancy takes a few steps forward towards me. Oh, this? It's a multi-purpose tablet called Grimoire Terminal. It's sort of broken. Terminal? As in a computer terminal? Question marks? You're familiar with computers? How do you know about those? The goddess granted me this knowledge. She granted me this mission. Computers, grimoires, terminals. These are extensions of the will of the goddess's central unit. I, too, carry her will. Perhaps you could say I'm a grimoire and a terminal, too? She tilts her head to the side and thinks about it. Don't worry, you obviously aren't. Very well, then let us move. Her tentacles start to slither all around. Wait up, there's one more thing I want to know. What even is this place? The kingdom of the goddess, her domain. You are in the goddess's central unit. You are inside of her. Central unit. The pieces are falling into place. The goddess is no imaginary being, nor is she a transcendent god. She is simply a siren machine. And that means, all this time, the people of this world have worshipped the thing the sirens left behind? More importantly, how does Fancy know about it? She could have ties to the sirens, in which case she must have all kinds of info. Is this goddess's central unit self-aware? Huh? She cocks her head, puzzled. It doesn't seem like she understands my question. Different question, then. What does her central unit typically do? Control the sea's climate and suppress the curse of the deep. I never heard climate and curse used in the same sentence before. Many system errors accumulated within the central unit over its endless purges, and one day the curse infected her with a virus. This virus has seized the control of the unit, allowing the dead to appear all across the sea. Although her explanation sounds bizarre, I now fully understand the situation. In other words, you and I need to remove the virus to restore the seas to normal. Did I get that right? Not me. You. I know of no way to remove the virus. My mission is only to take you to the central unit. Oh. Now just have to figure something out. Alright, let's walk over. Once more, the tentacles slither around me. I said let's walk over, not please carry me. You know what walk means, right? You would prefer to use your lower limbs? Fine, I understand. Come along. Hello, it's Fancy. She looks pretty fancy, and there's some very convenient censoring, too. Episode 4-2, Silent Souls. Fancy and I walk through a massive mechanical structure. Our journey is smooth and unimpeded as the double doors slide open one after the next. Ooh, eerie. After passing through a corridor, we arrive at a vast open space as blue as the ocean. A thin mist extends everywhere, and across it I can see purple lights twinkling like little stars. This is the Misty Pond. I'm surprised. Even they have come back. Come back? Who? The lights, the silent souls. They know we're here. Then, great beasts appear among the mist, swimming across the surface. Those silent souls, don't they look a lot like Skelebeasts? They are the essence of Skelebeasts as well as the source of power. It's how they move. In fact, they are linked. They must be running rampant on the outside for there to be this many of them. So if they're linked, what will happen to the Skelebeasts if we destroy them all? They will lose their power and in minds, becoming but empty husks, what they ought to be. However, consuming all of them will take considerable time. Do they taste like anything? No, they taste neither good nor bad. Want to try one? Her tentacles start to squirm. Thanks, I'll pass. At the same time, I don't think you can do this alone. Hang on, if you took out all the Skelebeasts on the outside, what would happen? Without bodies to control, the souls fall silent. Why? Will you tell your allies on the outside to deal with them? That's the plan. The question is how to get in touch with... Wait, how do you know about my allies? I saw them with my own eyes. You saw them? Take my hand. I will show you. She sits down by the pond and dips her feet in the water, then extends a tentacle to me. Dodging the tentacle, I grab her hand and suddenly find myself in a new place. Scalabees swim one past one after another in the ocean's deep, dark recesses. All I can do is watch, like an observer without a physical body. After a while, I'm brought to a different location. Then yet another. Is this some kind of equipment the sirens use to monitor the sea? Did she hook up her own sight to it? One scene transitions into the next, flickering by in just the blink of an eye. Then I see a fleet of sailing ships at sea, and a girl in red wearing a pirate hat. The commander's underneath the island. Seriously? I can hear her voice clearly. If this can connect directly to the monitoring equipment, maybe we can send audio too. Won't hurt to try. The commander's underneath the island. Seriously? Standing on the deck of the Great Royal Fortune, the pirate girl asks a question. Yeah, I'd recognize that voice anywhere. It's below the island. And we must make landfall. Luckily, the ghost fleet is in disarray thanks to the storm. We have an in. This is your God speaking. I have seen your sins and I shall judge you. Ahem, Tempesta, can you hear me? What is that? I hear a whisper. Does anyone else? Not just me. I thought the bottle was speaking to me. So it wasn't just my imagination. Hang on, wasn't that the commander's voice? Commander, where are you? I can't see you. Long story short, I told them I was fine and relayed my plan. See? I said the commander was under there, hee hee. So if I got that right, we just gotta take out as many foes as we can, yeah? Easy breezy, I've been raring for a fight. Allow me to lead the charge then. Just so you know, there are loads of traps down in the temple. Be careful. Come on, Tempesta, it's time to save the commander. Now we have 9 ship girls on the field. Silent Sentry, Kraken, level 100. The Tempesta gets to work, dispatching the monsters. The lights in the mist begin to disappear at a perceivable pace. Those are powerful allies that you have. It's about time that I did something too. Time to have lunch? Yes, just a little bite to appease my cravings. The air around Fancy bursts into a purple flames that spread out like waves. Her blindfold turns to ash, revealing the inhuman eyes below. Lips parted, she thrusts her blazing tentacles into the sea of mist. Hiss. Deathly shrieks of the so-called silent soul's echo. This is my true form. My true form is an abyssal being. It's a pleasure to see you, Commander. Water sloshes, explosions boom, and mandibles rip and chew. The lost souls are devoured with nothing left behind. Four 3, the central unit of the Goddess. Temple underground, at the central unit of the Goddess. At the center of this vast room stands a colossal machine towering towards the heavens. An irregular mechanical shell encases it, covered in patterns and designs carved with gold. What are these gold patterns? It's very unusual for the typically utilitarian sirens. At any rate, I'm glad this machine isn't that big. Excuse me. Here I'd have thought we'd have to deal with a city-side structure like the elite sirens have. There's the central unit of human. Fulfill your mission. Fancy stands in a corner of the massive room and gestures to the machine with a tentacle. Everything appears to be safe. I never directly operated siren machinery before, but it shouldn't be too hard to extract some info from it. Besides, what else should I do? Nothing. Beep beep, beep beep. As soon as I approach the machine, the tablet in my backpack starts to beep. Terminal comes back to life and lights up all of a sudden. Terminal, are you back? Terminal on standby. It just started working again, or did it activate by being in close proximity to the machine? Run a self-diagnostic. Charging field detected. Engaging charging mode. Dots. It was just out of batteries this whole time. But he didn't say anything about charging it, so it should work fine after this. Siren tech is mighty convenient. Examining it, I quickly locate the visual interface you can often see on siren machinery. I need access privileges. Terminal, can you hook me up? Orders received. Processing. Processing complete. Verification complete. I'm Central Unit, Compiler's Wings, at your service. It worked. Interesting. Compiler's Wings. No. Is that the goddess's name? I don't remember any of the books in this world alluding to her name before, but maybe. Wait. Compiler Swings. Is that Compiler's Wings? Yes! Last time it was Tester who'd gone nuts. Must be Compiler this time. I bet every siren in this place has a few screws loose. I want to ensure the virus won't interfere, so I start by running a security check. The status bar says the last self-diagnostic was performed 2 hours ago. Weird, it says it's working as normal. Should be a virus infecting the central unit which gave rise to the Skelebeasts, if fancy is to be believed. That can't possibly be how the system is meant to operate. I'll run another self-diagnostic just to be sure. Once the task is complete, I pull up the logs and examine them for any useful info. Look at these files. The Atmospheric Circulation Adjustment Project, the Deep Sea Life Enhancement Project, the Tropical and Subtropical Marine Climate Adaptation Experiment, Silent Souls, research on the Demel Wisdom Cube applications. Sounds like Compiler's machine has been running experiments by itself. Safe to say everything that's gone wrong with the goddess links back to these projects. Although there's a few things this does not explain. Adjusting the climate doesn't whip up storms in an instant, and this research into the Silent Souls makes no mention of ship parts or skeletons. That makes me think what's actually happening in the world is misaligned with what the sirens had in mind. Self-diagnostic concludes and the screen only shows the words, "Nothing unusual." Maybe it's not a virus. Maybe something has tampered with the system. But then, who? Remembering the computer knowledge Ingraham and Helena taught me, I scour the system for any clues that might have been left behind. Despite my best efforts, I realize after a while it's beyond my abilities. No dice. The only people who can do anything are me and Fancy. Actually, is it possible that she did the tampering? No, that makes no sense. She wouldn't have led me here if she did. I turn around and look at her. She seems to shrug with her tentacles. This is a temple, a holy site dedicated to the goddess. It's not out of the question that some internal sabotage took place within the church. Or maybe someone just touched it without knowing the consequences and broke something. Was someone from the church? Does Sawa know about it? I suppose she could know as little as I do. Oh yeah, didn't she say there was a secret path that connects to the outside? I just need to find that, then lead the others in here. With Terminal's help, I unlocked the secret passageway leading to the outside. Convenient! They say that the goddess has been a part of this world longer than anyone remembers. If these experiment logs are to be believed, the sirens have actually helped keep the world in balance. If the influence of the goddess is only weakened very recently, so with that in mind, Terminal, is it possible to revert the experiment plans and restore the system to an earlier version? Yes. Would you like to do that now? Not yet. Later. This is Tempesta's world, and it's up to them to decide what to do with the goddess machine. 4-4. The choice is Tempesta's. Okay. Commander! I greet the girls as they rush inside the room hosting the central unit. Oi! I'm the leader. That means I get first dibs on hugging the commander. My darling, I'm so glad you're safe. Looks like the plan worked in the end. Even if it was a real pain. Commander, you got to hear what Sportsmith did. She took her ship, right? And then she just... I said we could take care of any way we wanted, didn't you? So I took my ship and rammed the buggers. You're such a kid. Why do I work with you again? It's good to see you again, Waji the Magnificent. No way! Terminal! You fixed it, Commander! Waji runs up and pulls the tablet into her embrace. Terminal, my beloved! Dots. Who's that, Commander? Marino's words get everyone else's attention. The girls look fancy. Who's next to me? Well, she's the one who saved me from the storm, put me in touch with you, and showed me to this place. Her name is Fancy. She's a ship girl and an abyssal being. Fancy raises her chin, satisfied with that introduction. She might even have ties to Gajisawa of the church. Pardon? I don't know what you mean. I've never seen her before. That aside, Grimoire Terminal allowed me to have a look at the goddess's central unit. Let me run you through what happened and what the deal is with this huge machine. I explained the gist of everything that I had learned. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I explained the gist of everything that I had learned. The silent souls, the cause behind the monsters, the reason why Fancy's here. Although I withheld some of the details about the central unit and its status, all I told him is that someone had tinkered with it, leaving the sirens completely unmentioned. As you'd expect, they were all shocked, especially Ganjisawa, on account of her church involvement. I finished up by bringing up a few ideas on what to do about the central unit. Now it's time for Tempesta to decide the fate of their world. Can you believe it? The goddess was an ancient artifact, just like the Fountain of Youth. To think her graces were just nothing more than an attempt to maintain balance. Sorry about that. The church must have known that for ages. Why didn't you tell us? You say that, but her protection is real. Also, don't you like her more now? Isn't this better than a real deity who judges you from the heavens? That's true. So now that you know the truth, won't you join the church? Come and praise the goddess with us. What's with the sudden recruitment attempt? You joined Tempesta first, now think about it. I'm not going to let outsiders to the church decide on what to do with the goddess's powers. Unless you join, I won't accept the results of anything you vote on. At the same time, you'll no longer be outsiders if you join. Then you can vote with the rest of the church on what to do with the central unit. Sod that, I'm not joining any bloody church. Besides, whether we join or not, we all have the same idea what to do with the unit. I don't remember stating my take on what we should do. You didn't, you just gave us facts. But let's not forget I know you better than anyone else here. Assuming this thing really is a threat and a burden, why should we waste time voting on what to do with it? Well, Fortune winks playfully at me. So, what's it going to be, folks? Do we bring it back to normal, or do we wreck it? Let it be restored so the wind and sea will protect us once more. Agreed. Better to have the goddess than not, in my opinion. The church will be greatly indebted to us if we fix it. It's an ancient artifact. Repairing is the best option. I don't really care either way. Is there a Portsmouth can have an option? No. Damn, fix it then. Fixing is the obvious thing to do. Let's fix up the goddess. Alright, 9 support fixing it, 0 want to break it, and 1 just doesn't care. See, Sawa, it's unanimous, and nobody even had to join any church. Wonderful! On behalf of the church, I thank you all for your resolution. That's that. Terminal, proceed with the system backup plan. Orders received. Starting system, restore program. Estimated time until completion, 15 hours and 23 minutes. 15 hours? This is going to take all day. Well, seems you just have to wait. You can do that. I'm going to catch some Z's. Oh, right. I just remembered. Fancy, you there? Pardon? You live in this place, yeah? So you gotta know this place inside out? There a pantry or pub around here? Got you grubbing spirits? Spirits, you say? Yes, those are everywhere. Jackpot! Get in there. Where they at? You want to consume them too? I'll show you to the Misty Pond. Brilliant name for a bar. Let's go! Dots. Portsmouth's in for an adventure. Episode 5-1, The Storm Approaches. We're shaking! Boom. Mighty rumble shakes the entire temple. Bloody hell! What's that? What was that? Portsmouth's adventurer appears in the corridor, Fancy's tentacles wrapped around her. Hee, have you had enough spirits? Now's not really the time, Amity. Serious talk. That an earthquake, or what was it? Oh, I thought that was you. I suppose not. The commander is examining the goddess's machine. Shall we see what happened? Temple Underground, Central Unit. Whoa, is that an earthquake? There goes my nap. The monsters are squirming. They're putting up one final struggle to stay alive. They're staying dead, I guess. There are still 10 hours to go. We'll have to defend this place to death. For 10 hours? There's no way. Perhaps there is a way. We can move the unit to my ship and flee rather than fight. Move it? How? Ship girls all stare at the colossal machine. It's possible to perform a ritual that removes the seal upon it and move it to a new location. Of course, it takes time. I'll need an hour to complete it. An hour is doable. It's worth a shot. Alright, I'll help. I'd prefer help fending off the beasts on the outside rather than with the ritual, thanks. Terminal is still performing the ritual restoration. Let me stay here and keep an eye on it. I'm staying if Terminal's staying. But yeah, I'll stay. You should back up the others outside. Yeah, but I'll be fine. They're out there. If anything happens, I'll sound the alarm. Okay. Be careful, Commander. Following a quick strategy briefing, the ship girls take the secret passage up through the temple. The only ones left in the vast room are me, Fancy, and Ganjizawa. Well, have you any questions for me? That's my line. Do you have anything to ask? In fact, I do. You're a mysterious stranger from across the storm. I'm very curious about you. Having said that, now is certainly not the time for pleasantries. Let's concentrate on doing what we need to. She casually trots over to an empty part of the room. With a silent song in her mind, she then takes the first step of a graceful dance. Vivaciously she moves, dancing with the sublimity of a flower blooming in the early spring. Ornamental bells chime softly while her sleeves draw beautiful curves through the air. As she breaks into dance, a glowing golden pattern emerges on the floor. It flickers gently, seemingly in resonance with the pattern of the central unit shell. Orders received. Executing command. Whoa, even terminals growing gold. Is it really part of the central unit transfer ritual? That actually makes sense. Oh, goddess, let this prayer carry you to a safe place. She offers a prayer, and the central unit begins to shrink rapidly until it becomes a metal box no larger than terminal is. The ritual is finished, Commander. Let's board my ship and get out of here. Hello. Yeah. This is a new scene. Echoes of the wind and rain. After escaping from the temple, I'm invited to a feast aboard Ganjisawa's ship. I haven't a chance to sack up on spices, so the taste may be a little bland. Still, it should be better than the grub Fancy offered. I hope you like it, Commander. The dining hall has furnished an opportunity for a ship named Exceeding Treasure, and the table is lined with lavish meals. The gently flickering candlelight and the exotic aroma in the air lend the hall a definitively mysterious ambience. But on the other hand, kaboom! On the outside, the ship's cannons fiercely bombard the sea. Such might, each shot is equal to an enforcer in power. Sawa has felt different ever since the central unit was placed on board. Don't worry about your friends. What enemies are left outside aren't a big threat. Clear your mind and enjoy the feast. You're right, one thing though. Let's dig in and continue from there, shall we? Sure. I grab a small loaf of bread on a plate in front of mine and take a bite. Curry bread? Now then, what did you wish to talk to me about? I won't beat around the bush. Were you after the goddess's machine from the start? Indeed, I was surprised you agreed to my plan to transfer it to my ship. If I hadn't, we'd all be in danger. Maybe. Wait, you don't think I'd put the enemies around the island so I could take the machine for myself, do you? Because I didn't, let's not forget they targeted me, too. No, I don't think you were playing both sides for this. It's just that I have my reasons not to fully trust the church. Tell me, what do you want from the machine? Nothing outrageous, just the power to crush any foe. Like this. Kaboom. Her cannons light up the sky in a show of might. Let me ask something different. How long has our grasp been a part of your plan? Our group? Ever since you rescued Wadia and learned about the Grimoire Terminal? Or even before that, were you gunning for Terminal all along and, quote, saved her? It wouldn't have been possible to remove the central unit without it, after all. My, you really are a sharp one. And you're a great actor. I really didn't think that it was a coincidence that Terminal gave us that map. Hee, thank you. How much does the church know about what's been happening? Furthermore, how much does it know about ancient artifacts? Now, I have not done anything to hurt you this whole time, have I? No, but you undeniably deceive a whole bunch of people. And I promise that's the full extent of my sins. Won't you keep it a secret between us? Why should I? Because you haven't told us the whole truth either, about the central unit. She knows? Listen, I'm not your enemy. As for your other concerns, they're just not so important now, are they? She shrugs and forces a slightly awkward smile. Come on, relax a bit and enjoy the feast. Don't let this candlelit atmosphere go to waste. As soon as I hear the word relax a bit, an overwhelming sleepiness comes over me. Sawa, did you... Forgive me, I used a little medicine in place of spices. It wasn't in the food, it was in this aroma. Sweetly and graciously, she smiles at me. And I'm out like a light. Ugh. My eyelids grow heavy and my sight becomes cloudy. Don't worry, your friends are safe. I swear it on my honor. Uh-huh. As my consciousness recedes into the darkness, I feel a warm embrace around me. Good night, Commander. And she's upside down again. There's no need to say farewell, because we will meet again. 5-3 back in my hand. Somewhere in an unknown location. When I opened my eyes, I met with an endless expanse of blue. The compass glows faintly as it casts light in a certain direction. The compass. Ah, that light. It's time to go home. Is it? The light grows brighter and brighter until eventually it engulfs everything. The next time I open my eyes, what greets me is the familiar ceiling of my home. I check the alarm clock beside my bed. Not much time has passed since I lay down. And yet, I know that the adventure I had was no dream. The rope is right here in my hand. It is the golden compass, shining lustrously. My prior adventure really did happen. And it certainly won't be my last. Tempesta and the Sleeping Sea, the end? No. The Tale of the Sleeping Sea. A whistle blew and the sails were hoisted. The weather was ideal for a voyage. The treasure hunters of Tempesta stand on the deck, their red hair blowing in the wind. Ah ha ha! Nothing beats the sea breeze. What you gonna do now, Amity? Figure out what the church is up to. It feels like we were played like a fiddle. Were we? Ganjasao said the commander went back home, but if there's one thing I know, it's that one wouldn't leave without saying goodbye. Yeah, didn't Royal Fortune say everything went fine? And that means our leader's hiding something from us. Don't you want to know what? If there's no money in it, not really. Or what, you gonna blackmail one of our own? Because I'm not doing that. Then what about becoming famous? What, famous? You heard me. Greater fame means more ruins to explore and more ancient relics we can get. Also more adventure. Hee hee. First though, we'll have to get our names out there. By spreading the story of Tempesta and the Sleeping Sea. EX2. Tempesta's Messenger. Sometime later, at the Tempesta meeting spot. You won't believe this. I heard loads of people talking about our adventure in the Sleeping Sea while I was on my way here. I've heard the tales too. The word has gone quite far. Which means our fame is growing. From what I've heard, it was 2 treasure hunters who spread the word. Ah, Dolphin. How'd that probe go? The sea diving Tempesta. Pretty good. Here's what you asked. Why'd you find out? Fantastic. Also, you said 2 treasure hunters. Could that be Portsmouth and Amity? If so, they're doing us a real favor out there. Our fame keeps spreading at this rate, and the next time the commander shows up, who knows, maybe we'll be several dozen strong by then. Really? I think that's unrealistic. Don't be such a killjoy, Martineau. You don't have bad news for me, do you? No, nothing of the sort. I just have a hunch that our ranks won't grow much. Think of it as a curse placed upon us. Not one more word about curses. It's frightening how plausible that is. However, our luck may turn around should the commander return. What makes you say that? A hunch. Dots. Incidentally, I heard you escorted Sawa to the church. How did that go? It went well. A few things that can threaten someone like her. Did she tell you anything? No, but she did give me a curry bread recipe that's quite good. She said the commander liked it at her banquet, so I'm going to make it as well. Ooh, Whitey's gonna love what you just said. Can I be excused? You're leaving? You don't want to go drinking with us? No thanks, I already finished resupplying while you were talking. Whitey asked me to do a bunch of stuff, so I need to get going. She's working you like a dog. Should I tell her off? I can handle it, plus I love visiting her. She knows all kinds of cool things and all these plans going on. Oh, but don't tell anyone, it's a fun secret. She also says we're going to go on more amazing adventures together soon. It's going to be so much fun. A priest and the servants, right? Somewhere in an unknown location, a ship girl was performing a ceremonial dance in a vast room. Oh goddess, let this prayer carry you to a safe place. As light withdrew, Genjisao's dance came to a stop. So too did the mysterious ritual she was conducting. The goddess's first miracle, Compiler's eyes. Wings that give shape, eyes that discern. Soon the goddess shall return to us. Uh-oh. The sound of waves could be heard from somewhere within the room. The star wayfinders caught on to us. I'll clean up our tracks, keep them busy in the meantime. Oh, faithful one. Dots. Understood. Tempesta and the Sleeping Sea. The end. Okay, well, that's the story.
指揮官の今の状態は
Was there any... Nope, nothing good. Well, actually, we'll do those. See if they clear anything cool. Do a little housekeeping. All right. So it's kind of weird that we just did these 2 stages and it cleared the whole story. Let's march through the rest.あなたたちもコレクションに入れてあげる。我が命に従い。無敵艦隊。我が命に従い。私。輝ける黄金は。 At least they changed it so one battle clears the whole zone now.
Waga nikuki teki ni horobi no shirabe yo waga mei ni shitagai. Muteki kantai. Waga mei ni shitagai. ここからは 我が憎き敵に滅びの調べよ。我が命に従い。無敵艦隊、我が命に従い。
はいは
輝ける黄金は
ー。あなたたちもコレクションに入れてあげる。
我が命に従い。無敵艦隊、我が命に従い。
ここからは
There's the boss. Let's clean these up so we can get the full clear rewards, though.
我が憎き敵に滅びの調べよ。我が命に従い。無敵艦隊、我が命に従い。
ここからは
我が憎き敵に滅びの調べよ。我が命に従い。無敵艦隊、我が命に従い。輝ける黄金は我が憎き敵に滅びの調べよ。我が命に従い。無敵艦隊、我が命に従い。
ここからは
我が憎き敵に滅びの調べよ。我が命に従い。無敵艦隊、我が命に従い。
Used to clear through this
輝け
shaft
る
pretty
黄金
well.
は
That's the full clear. Let's knock this boss node out of the park.
あなたたちもコレクションに入れてあげる。
我が命に従い。無敵艦隊、我が命に従い。
Light of old, ship of the line, level 40. Hey, California.
輝ける黄金は
Interesting. Well, with the
なか
story
なか危
done,
なっかしい戦いだった。
私の翼、輝ける黄金の光より賜る成績なり。触れることを望むか。
with the story done, I think I'll call the stream here. I hope everyone who stopped by enjoyed. Until next time, this is Kronos Dare, and this was the Tempesta and the Sleeping Sea event. Hope everyone enjoyed. Take care, and goodbye.